Yeah, you got to change your relationship with them. I do it every day, and it usually takes me 5 minutes. And I'll show you how to do it. So your dog just is anxious, nervous, doesn't know what to do. So this is what I do. I just jump. I don't know what to do. See, so you have very nervous dogs. These are dogs that, these are great examples of dogs right here, these three here, that just don't have a clue what to do. Like nobody's told them what to do, right? So they're anxious, they're nervous. What do? I don't know. So what we have to do is start teaching them what to do. That's why the walk is going to be extremely critical. We're going to teach your dog how to walk in a structured manner. So I want you guys to envision a pack of feral African dogs, okay? And what dogs do is, or wolves or any pack animal, they will challenge until the leader emerges. That's why they've been around for 40,000 years. They cannot live in a pack where there is no leadership. If there's no leadership, that means that the dog here is the best leader, okay? Now, like that dog right there would be at the end of the pack, But they're in a position now because nobody has taught them who the leader is, because they've challenged, you can't control my excitement, so I'm the one that's in charge, right? So what happens is they challenge until a leader emerges. They have to challenge. They cannot exist without the pack mentality. Why? Because they can't articulate as well as us. So you look at that pack of, you look at that pack of 100 dogs, one leader. That leader makes all the decisions. There's no negotiation. Okay, it's not like our Congress where they bicker back and forth about silly stuff. Okay, so let's envision those 100 pack members, and a gazelle runs by. So the leader's going to decide: do we go expend the energy over a dog like that simply, the gazelle that simply is going to expend a lot of energy but isn't going to feed everybody, or do we keep foraging ahead? Now, if the leader keeps foraging ahead, they're not even going to look at him, because there is no communication. They can't get into verbal debates. So that's why Mother Nature set them up to have this leadership hierarchy, and there's only one decision maker, okay? Now, if he decided to veer off, they would all go. So that's what we need to do, is create that environment with our dogs. So you're the decision maker. We're going to remove decisions from the dog's mind. So he's going to be a follower now, okay? Does that make sense?
It totally makes sense. I guess we have 6 dogs. So how do we do this?
We're going to start with just what we're going to do today. We're going to work with each one individually. But then what I do is, most dogs take me 5 minutes to fix. Then I'm going to work with you. You're the hard one. See, dogs are simple. They're black and white. Yes and no. They're follower leaders. We aren't. We intellectualize. We lie. We lied to our dogs. We said it's okay to when everybody comes here to get excited. And all of a sudden, we lied to them and says, "What are you doing? That's Grandma. Get off, Grandma. What are you doing? Holding them back." We compromise our morals and our ethics. They don't. They're very simple creatures. They're honestly, what they are is a thermometer of what you are from a stress standpoint. That's really it. See, the dogs can't follow you. Today, your dogs are going to be students. Tomorrow, they're going to be your teacher. They're going to let you know. See, they have files in their brain that will not allow them to follow unstable, unfit, bad leaders. They can't. If they did, they would have died out. So think about it in terms of what's a good way to put this? If a dog can't, let's look at a wolf pack. If a wolf, they like I said, they will challenge, and your dogs challenge you every day. Your dog's challenging you there to say you can't control my excitement. Okay? Now you are. Okay? And I'm going to show you how to control stuff like that and stop that. We're going to do all that stuff today. But they challenge you every day. That's what the pack does, until there's a leader. That's what they did. And let's say that you had 100 feral dog pack. Okay? Now, what happens is they are not capable of following unstable, unfit leaders. Why? Well, if it's the perfect wolf, the perfect leader, their lifespan is here. If Mother Nature allowed them to follow a nut job, their lifespan is here. They do not survive as a species. dogs do not exist today. Their brain will not allow them to follow unstable leaders. So you have to become a stable leader. But to do that, it's going to require you to be calm, relaxed, not using words. It's going to require a lot of change on your part. It's not that hard. I'm just going to demonstrate for you. Sit. Good. And this is what I'm doing here is this dog's challenging me, saying, I want to get off, I want to get off. And what am I saying? No. That's really what we're going to do a lot of. No. That's what I've been doing with Bubba. No. You know, with my older dogs, I've let these dogs get away with so much. You know, he's pretty good usually about whining, but, you know, at the end of the day, he needs to be told, you can't. So what I'm doing here is every time the dog gets up, I'm applying a little pressure so he sits, and then I release the pressure. And you can see, she's got ants in the pants. So what I'm doing is I'm teaching the dog no. And that's going to be critical for you. It's just like with your kid. You want to teach no, okay? That's going to be really one of the most important things you guys do, okay? So just remember that your dog will not compromise their values. Your dog will never one day wake up and say, I really love these guys. They've been so good to me. They rescued me. They did this. I'm going to start being good. It isn't going to work that way. Okay? We have to do kind of what we're doing here. And we just have to help them understand what it is we want. And I'm not getting frustrated with this dog. I'm not getting impatient or anything. I'm simply just being consistent, saying, I'll let you know when it's time to get up. Just like I'll let you know when it's time to leave. I'll let you know when it's time to be free. You know, I'll let you know. But until then, you're going to be calm. So everything about today is to get your dogs to be calm and relaxed, okay? And to get your dogs to be calm and relaxed, you have to be. You can't get excited. You can't get anxious. You can't get nervous. You can't get impatient, angry, frustrated, okay? You also, oh, this poor dog. Oh my God, that poor Mark made him sit there for hours at a time, okay? He's okay. It's okay. This is a way to communicate with a dog. I don't like these things, by the way. I don't like the choking mechanism on them. I'll show you a better way to deal with it. But at the end of the day, this is really what we have to do. So just remember, animals, not one species on this planet other than ours can follow unstable leaders. We've been doing it for thousands of years, okay? We can't do it, or we can do it. Why? Because we intellectualize, we will compromise our values and our morals and our ethics for money, power, fame. See, these guys don't care about if you're rich, poor, white, black, Jewish, Catholic, famous, homeless, you know, none of those things exist in the dog's world. The only thing you are to this dog right here, who's got all kinds of battle scars and you got these ears forward, that mouth glued shut, is you are your energy and you are your body language. And once we do that and we get ourselves to a point of being balanced where we can control the dog with just our, hey, shh, okay, with just the calmness, being relaxed and firm and assertive, okay, that relationship builds and the dogs will start doing what it is you want them to do, okay? So does that make sense? So any other questions? Because I'll take as many as we need, and then I guess what I want to do is start teaching you guys how to, the first thing we want to do is start teaching them how to follow you and walk. That's going to be the most critical thing, because once they follow you, they're in a different state of mind. If a dog is a follower, they'll ask permission, okay? I'm sorry, Gabby?
No, Barbara.
Barbara, I'm sorry.
That's
Gabby.
all right. So we have a pack of 6.
That'll work.
And every single one of them think that they're the alpha.
You messed up.
I know I messed up.
No dogs can be an alpha. They cannot be decision makers.
So how can you correct that? Is it correctable?
Oh, well, of course. I'm going to show you right now with every dog here. We are going to take each one of I do it every day. I had dogs yesterday. I had 3 dog appointments. The day before, I've had 6, 7 dog appointments. It's expensive, and I'm there for a long time. I'm probably there for 7, 8 hours. I'm too old to be standing up that long or walking for that long, but I do it, and it's very easy to do. What we're going to do is start providing direction from a leadership standpoint, okay? We've allowed these dogs, so my guess is there are probably a lot of fights. Because, yeah. Now, I will say, dogs do fight. It's not the end of the world. Matter of fact, when I got that new bulldog puppy, I didn't bring him with me, because he probably would have been doing some of that. As soon as he came in, I mean, he was full of piss and vinegar. He just wants to jump on Fifi and hump her and play, and we don't get crazy in our house. Everything in our house is very laid back. There's a time for that, but in the house, just like when you were growing up, I don't know about yours, my dad didn't allow a whole lot of playing football in the house and doing body slams and wrestling in the living room. It just, you go outside for that. So I keep a very calm, and I have 4, 5, 6 dogs in my house, all at the same time. I don't allow play in the house. Okay, so what I do is I'm the one that provides the direction. So I make them all sit and wait. I don't let them leave the house before I invite them. I make them stay in place for hours at a time. That was a saving grace for that new one, the new puppy I got. First thing she did, she came in all over Fifi. Fifi gave her gave him a nice little reminder. And when I presented, and I had that dog in place for when my wife works at home. The dog was there for 4 or 5 hours a day, and she would sit here and work, and she would do exactly what I'm doing here. And then Harley would do exactly what this is. Once this dog realizes I can't get up, this guy is telling me what to do. What you're doing now is the dog is going, oh, finally, somebody's able to tell me what to do. Now, if this was a human being, this would be kind of a mean thing to do. For a dog, this is actually giving him a job. This is giving him communication. This is like a soldier standing in attention in hours in the rain. You know what I mean? So to teach this dog, I just need you to be calm. And I'll let you know when it's time to get wound up. I'll let you know. So now when you have a dog like this in place, who are possibly the new owners? You guys? So with your other dogs, this is something you're going to want to perfect. So if you work from home, when you're watching TV at night, this is what I do. Typing on the phone. Dog tries to get up, place. Why am I doing this? This is structure. This is discipline. This is communication that the dog understands. You'll notice I didn't use any words. It was just leash pressure. And I didn't even teach this dog place yet. I haven't done that yet. Okay? So normally what I would do if I were you is 25 times on, off. Use food, on, off. Wait, off. Good. On, call place, and then the 25th time, grab a 6-pack of beer, watch a couple of movies, chill out, like tonight. Is there a fight on? Make the dog sit there for hours and hours at a time. What it does is this will bring a dog to a relaxed state of mind. See, like those dogs would not be whining over there if they were doing this, because I made the dog do something that wasn't barbaric, it wasn't harsh, there was a little bit of leash pressure, but this is a wonderful way in the house to teach the dog to get, and so once you get good at it, when people come to the house, you just say, place, okay? Because eventually you won't need the leash. But of course, for the next few weeks, I would keep a leash on in the house with the dog and say, place, okay? And then once he gets really good at it, you can proof him. Proofing him means ring the doorbell, place, okay? Having your other dogs walking around, can't get off a place, right? So that's the start of the process of getting dogs. So we don't want to get your dogs together right away, right? We don't want to just get 3 dogs together and do this. That's kind of an irresponsible way to do it. What we want to do is what I'm going to do with your dog here is I want to walk them, teach your dog to follow me, walk around other dogs. When your dog starts looking at him or gets nervous, I'm going to correct it, because from here on out, guys, what we're going to do is, what has our instincts told us to do? What has our instincts told us to do in the past? Our instincts have been very clear. Encourage excitement, nurture fear and anxiety. Well, what do dogs do? They bite the shit out of it when that happens, right? And that's what we're going to do. So when I see a dog nervous, correct it. I see a dog, even though it goes against their mind, we want to just love it up and say, oh, it's okay, buddy. No, we don't want to do that. We want to, and the best way to do that is, you want me to hold him for a little while?
She doesn't do this at the house. It's kind of, it's new.
Well, you're probably anxious, because what's happening right now is you're probably getting stressed out because there's a whole bunch of people here, and I know. Sometimes they're ego talk, but you may not even realize it. But your heart's probably, and you're probably getting frustrated. It's human nature. I was getting frustrated with Bubba. I'll be honest with you. I'm like, sit your ass down. Stop it. So it's okay, but understand that. It festers. So the dog is just responding to your anxiousness, your frustration. Don't let your ego ever get in the way. Of course you're frustrated. You want the dog to sit down and be calm. And I'm going to show you how to do it. So, but when we start working with the dogs, We're gonna teach the dog how to walk by other dogs, and when your dog's like, I wanna get you, we gotta teach him what not to do. Now we know how to do it. We're gonna give him a speed limit sign, which is, and then we're gonna give him a little pop. I'll give this dog a little opportunity. See, give him a little opportunity to get near Bubba, and I'll give her a correction. That's it, Bubba. Go pee. Unbelievable. So the leash. So these collars to me are really not effective. They're really not. So really what we want to use for a dog like this is prong collars. I want you guys to see them. Everybody looks at them like, oh, they're so bad. They are the most gentle tool. Come on, Bubba, you're paying. They are the most gentle tool in the world. And the reason they are is I want everybody, if you have a dog here, you're considering using one, is to feel one. Most people have just seen them, and they look like they're right out of a Quentin Tarantino movie. I get it. Like they look like they don't hurt. This chokes. Harness strangles the brain. People are like, I don't understand why my dog people are like, I don't understand why my dog can't walk. Or follow me in a harness. Well, because it's a pulling tool. It was designed to pull. That's what they pull with sleds. Of course they're going to pull you. Okay? A prong collar is great because I got some here. Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff on it. I mean, I'm fat, but I'm not this fat. I got a lot of things on there. I probably have them in my car. Here they are. So, let's pass this around because I really think it's important that people see these. Look at it. Holy cow. I would never want one of these things on my dog. This is how I teach dogs how to walk. Hey, buddy. Okay? Now, does that mean that if your dog lunged at Bubba and he wanted to kill him, that this wouldn't happen? Yeah. It doesn't hurt, though. This could break his trachea. There's only one point of pressure. Okay? He'll fight that. Okay? This just gives little fingers, or what the little fingers, or maybe what the mother's teeth picking the dog up. Okay? So picking the dog up, what it does is it will relax the dog. Okay? So it'll relax the dog. So what the points of pressure that are all the way around the neck is what you want when you communicate with the dog, not one point. Okay? That's dangerous. Like I said, the harnesses they teach pulling, so that makes them very dangerous. So does that make sense? The prong collar, contrary to what anybody has ever told you or said, again, this is what I do. Up, up, up. We don't pull. It's not like this. This is, you might as well keep that collar on. It's about communicating. Okay? So it's just a wonderful communication tool. The rounded edges, okay? The rounded edges, and bring your dog over here. Grab that. I want you just to kind of pass her. Bring your dog over here.
Yeah. Angel.
I got a question with that. So, like, we have another dog, Sweet Pea, literally looks just like her. When I take her on walks, she's like, she'll choke herself with a regular collar.
Because you, with that she will?
No, I'm saying, like, I don't have one of those, but is that going to, like, feel like,
Well, I'm going to show her how to walk. I'm going to teach her how to walk. So bring her over here. I'm gonna, and I tell you what, do me a
Take her on that side.
Somebody, whose dog is this?
Meryl.
She can pull me down.
Well, we're gonna change that. We'll work with it.
You want this back?
No, he said pass it
Go
around.
walk right over there. Okay, just keep her away from other dogs.
Marilyn. David, maybe take her back over here. Hey, baby.
So, let me do this. Let me put a collar on her right now.
You want this collar?
Yeah.
Hand him that collar.
What I'm going to do is demonstrate how to use it. I think this is a good time to demonstrate with a dog that's really quite a bit out of control right here. Okay? And what I'm going to do is teach this dog how to be a follower. And I tell you something, guys. I completely discourage harnesses. I think they're really, really. Now, there's a place and a time for them, but I'm talking about teaching a dog how to follow you or to walk. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. We really want to use. You have to have something around the neck The problem is if we use a flat leash or something like that, you'll choke a dog out, right? And I think we've all agreed choking out is not really what we want to do.
You don't want my coffee.
I'm here. So I'm going to show you guys how to use this in a very gentle way. So maybe what I would suggest to you guys is maybe you film it so you can see how to start. Because when it starts, come here. And you can see how nervous your dog is. See the tail? So I'm going to have her sit with me for a little bit. Come here. Come here. I want her to relax. I had the luxury of calming this dog down by sitting here. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to get this one calm. Okay, and just relax. But do me a favor. While I work on getting the collar, it might take me a second or two because I don't want to make her really nervous. She like food?
She hates Carlos. She hates everything.
She what?
She hates.
She hates what?
She hates Carlos.
Well, here's one of the things we have to do. Like, way up behind the ears.
Inside out.
Tori, wait. Wait.
You want to sit down, David? This video is going to be a little choppy, sorry. Be walking. Trying to hold it. There's coffee over here too if anybody wants some coffee.
So what we're going to do, guys, really quick, is I'm just going to really gently just show her
Did you get some coffee?
just show her what this new pressure is without using water.
Oh, you have one for her.
You're going to be amazed at you. How much he calms down here in a minute. Does she like food?
No, she is not motivated.
She's not food what?
Fully motivated.
Hey.
And I mean, she's a lot better than when I first got her. So I broke her a lot of things, but there's just some issues I can't break her. Like when she gets around other dogs. Now, if my husky's here, she has more confidence. It's just her by herself.
She needs to get confidence from you. Right? Come on. So really what I'm doing here is just giving her little touches to basically upload information of what I want. Now when you see, it's kind of hard to teach a dog to walk on grass because they're so prone to smell. That's why you're always better off doing it on concrete. And maybe if you may want to consider going out there on the concrete. So all I'm doing here is I'm just trying to upload information to her brain to say, I just want you to follow me. But we don't want her nose on the ground. So let's do this. I'm gonna go right out here on the drive. You guys can either stay in here or walk out here. Because see how the nose is down? We really don't want that. See that? And could somebody grab me? I have that. I think I have a can of spray on my phone.
Can you get it?
We don't need
That's not our training. You're training when you're trying to fence it. You're not training to get that. Two totally go. So it's every tool goes to different tools.
But I've trained regular dogs. I've never used that.
So you're starting off with one tool. You have to use the tools.
what I did there is I used that spray because her mind was racing.
Yeah.
Okay, she's like a meth head. I don't know any meth heads, but I've seen them on TV. Okay, she's all over the place, and what I need to do is slow her mind down. Come on. And I want to provide clarity, and that clarity is simply.
Sit. Sit. Sit.
This dog, you can tell, is a nervous wreck.
She is.
Nervous about everything. Let me see if we'll take a little hand. Now what I want to do is, I want her to start kind of getting a little more eyes on her skin. So what I'm doing, guys, she is a very nervous dog. She's going to take a little longer than a normal dog. This is a very, very high anxiety dog. So what we have to do is just teach her to follow us. Teach her to relax. As you can see right now, see that mouth? The mouth open, the ears back. She's actually starting to relax. Because I'm again, doing the best I can to provide her as much information as possible where it's like, you don't need to worry about any of this stuff. It's not your business. We're going to get with that one next. All right? Here we go. If she doesn't do what I want, I'm going to give her a correction. Come on. I start to make, leave it. I gave her a correction there. See that little jiggle? Doesn't hurt. I'm not hurting her. I'm just giving a little. The thing is just closing for a fraction of a second to help her understand. You can't allow nervousness. You're not gonna. And we also have to demand her attention, right? Because if she's focused on people, where I just had that thing in my hand. Yep, come on. Yep. Come on. Leave it. So now I'm starting to get your dog. Took him before. So her yawning like that, she's expelling a lot of this frustration and anxiety. She's got a stress bucket full. Okay?
Especially when you put her in the car.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I
do you know
believe
why?
the people who had her before were training her to be a form of protection dog,
Yeah, could be.
and
The
they never
reality is-
finished the training.
The reality is she doesn't do well in a car. Like, she doesn't do well in a car. She doesn't do well on a leash because she simply doesn't trust the situation, right? Like, leave it. So really, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, let's face it. If you have a, you know, leave it. I have to be firmer with her. And again, this is about, you know, dogs like this can be frustrating for most people, but you can't allow yourself to be, okay? You'll also notice when I walk, okay? I'm barely holding the leash, okay? I'm barely holding it. I'm not squeezing it. I'm breathing slow and deliberately, and when she does something wrong, I'm correcting her like a dog would correct her, or a mother would correct her, which is bite, and that's the end of it. You almost have to be bipolar. It's like you almost have to be firm with the correction, leave it, and then, hey, let's go get a beer. You know what I mean? Like you have to. It can't be a correction, and you're harboring that anxiety for the next 5 or 10 minutes. The correction has just got to be matter of fact. Okay? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay? So you can see the mouth open, the ears back. This is already the beginning of this dog changing for life. I mean,